Good evening, everyone. William Stewart, Sean Green. We're back for a WCS, a Women's Choice Challenger Series matchup this evening between Laine, Lyzak, and Krissi Grimal. And Sean, I just gotta say it. This is gonna be a good one. We got two great female competitors. We've got two great male competitors that they're teaming up with. What do you say?
Yeah, listen, if you love darts, you should be watching this tonight. And if you want your friends to watch who love darts, you should just share this bad boy out because it doesn't get much better. First of all, Krissi Grimal, not arguably, she's the number one soft tip female player in the country and one of the best soft tip players in the country, male or female. And then you have her going up against newcomer to this WCS and Laine Lyzak, who had the guts already to ask Leonard Gates to be her partner. I don't even know if I would have the guts to ask Leonard Gates to be my partner. And then it's a great battle, right? Krissi Grimal, Danny Baggish taking on Laine Lyzak and Leonard Gates. If anyone's going to be able to stop Danny and Krissi, I think it has to be Laine and Leonard, right?
It very well could be. We're going to find out tonight. I mean, let's be honest. This should be a good one, but I don't know. I mean, we've seen how unstoppable Krissi Grimal can be. I mean, right now she's averaging a 4.42. Little spoiler for that one. She is, leaps and bounds above all the other female competitors right now.
Yes.
Including some of those male competitors as well. Yep. So we'll mention that one. Laine's done some dirty work herself. And with Gates as her partner, he can explode at any moment, and then she can ride the train, and man, they can both explode and be fine. Yeah, it just, who knows what can happen here.
I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited to see some great darts tonight. Leonard Gates averaging a 5.33 to Danny Baggish's 5.19. And I did not lose my microphone there after hitting it, so that's a win for both of us. Maybe a loss, depending on who you are. But it's going to be interesting. Laine is averaging a 3.39 to, of course, Krissi's 4.42, which is just insane. It's on paper. It looks like it might go one way, but that's why we play this bad boy, because Leonard Gates is one of the top players in the country, in the world. Laine Lyzak's one of the best female players in the country, and they can beat Krissi and Danny any day of the week. We'll just see if it's on a Monday.
Yeah, let's take it over to Laine, and let's hear the little tail of the tape here, Sean. What do you say?
Yeah, absolutely. The better Lyzak is her nickname for now. I've been working on it a little bit. I kind of like the blue bonnet. We'll see. It is the Texas state flower, and it is poisonous as well as pretty, which Laine's a dangerous person, dangerous dart player. Location is she's playing out of Lone Star Ice House, which is, I think, only her second time streaming out of there. So excited to see that place. She's been playing for 11 years. She is 26 years old. She's been playing since she was 15. And realistically, it is a family affair of darts within her family. So she's been playing since she was a baby, really. She even says in her interview later on, no spoilers, but she didn't really have a choice. She was going to play darts, and I love that about it. Averaging a 3.39 with a 60.6 win rate, which is third overall on the win rate. She's throwing those Shot Tribal Weapon Savage 18 grams. She is a Shot sponsored player, and her partner, of course, Leonard Gates. To give some more info, she has 3 9 marks, 7 7 marks, and 22 5 marks in 31 games. Yeah, I'm excited for her. I'm excited to see what she can do on this WCS with a race to 9 all cricket. How about you, buddy?
Yeah, exactly that. I'm pretty excited for tonight. I've said it a couple times, but yeah, she can, especially with Gates as her partner. I mean, who knows where their limit is? I'm not sure. And just a little more mention about, her dad and mom being a part of the dart scene. I know her dad's a big contributor of darts. Big shout out to Russ. He is a big helpful hand to a lot of people, and I know he's part of that American darts organization board, I believe, and so much more. So big shout out to her dad, Russ, as we take it on over to Krissi next, huh?
Yeah, tell me a little bit about Krissi Grimal. I have not heard of her before.
Never, huh? That's a shame. Well, Release the Kraken is her nickname. Of course, her vendor is C&M Darts. Location, Trick Shots Metro. We've been there a couple times recently. I've been playing for 28 plus years. The average of a 4.42, as we mentioned earlier, with a 67.9 win rate.
Nice Freudian slip there, bud.
Huh?
Nice Freudian slip there, bud.
Yeah. Super Darts Gen 1, Krissi Grimal, 17.3 gram darts. And we don't need to mention her partner because who's he? Who cares? Well, anyways, how about 12-7 marks, 7-9 marks for her. No white horses yet, but we could get one tonight. I'm anxiously awaiting.
Yeah, she's been playing phenomenal. She's the defending champion with her partner being Danny. I'm excited to see how this goes tonight. I think it's going to be anyone's ball game. My prediction is going to be 9-6. I have Krissi and Danny winning that, but I'm kind of hoping that I'm wrong here as they get going for the diddle. And let's run through the format and specific rules for the Women's Choice Challenger Series. If you've never watched before, first of all, welcome. We've missed you. It's a double elimination style tournament. These players are on the winner's side still. It's a top 4 match. The winner of this will move on to the queen seat match. The players play a race to 9, best of 17 legs, all cricket with a cork or 3-dart count up to start the match. You're seeing that right there where Krissi just won it with a 140. The loser of the previous leg will start the next leg after that. If either team is down 3 or more legs, Mike Maloney's favorite rule, they will continue to go first until the deficit is reduced to 2 legs. This is the PBD player advantage rule, also known as the Maloney rule. And if we go the distance, the players will cork for start in the last leg decider, as we're seeing Leonard Gates on top of his game right now. Well, that's a scary Leonard when he's like that.
Yeah, Leonard Gates, finish him. Round 1. I couldn't resist that one. Anyway, what a start.
Got to give a huge shout out real quick to the people watching along with us. Barb Harris, it's great to see you. I hope I can see you in person here soon. Of course, Fodder, aka Finn, my former student, is in the chat hyping it up. I love it. Of course, Sarah Abiel from Mishawaka, Indiana. I thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. I don't get to shout you guys out every week, even though we see you every single week. It means a lot to us. So I wanted to take the moment to do that. We don't get to do it every time, you know?
Yeah, we need to. We've got a few frequent flyers here on this mileage train that we have. That is the CSC and WCS recently. So we appreciate your loyal viewership here as we continue on with the action here. Share this around, though. We have a surprisingly low amount of viewers right now. So let's get those numbers up a little bit. We got
especially for this battle.
Store. Yeah, this should be an epic battle. It's a top 4 on the winner's side matchup. So yeah, we're coming down to that nitty gritty point already.
Oh, Paul Rogers, listen. If we shouted you out every time you're on a stream, man, you'd become the famous person of our group. But appreciate you so much, Paul, for always being there. It really, you're the biggest dart fan, I think, for live stream darts. Without you,
we got how many 9 marks tonight? That's a risky one because it's who knows how it can play out. Really, usually we don't see as many in here as we do in the CSE. But I'm gonna go with a risky after this 9 mark. Let's see.
Boom goes the dynamite.
I'm going to go ahead and go with a risky 11.5 tonight. That's risky.
See, I had 9.5 last week, and it reached 9. So I was right there on the number for last week. Good. I was impressed with myself. I'm actually going to take the over of 11.5, and that's risky.
It's risky.
Riskier than your number. But listen, you have Leonard, you have Danny. They're throwing every other round for their partners, but at the same time, you have Laine and you have Krissi. There's going to be some 9 marks amongst them as well. So 11.5, I like that. I think it's going to be above that, and we'll see what happens.
It's very, very high, so I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of unders going in on that one, but we're seeing a decent amount of back and forth here, so we'll see. Lisa, you said that's kind of low. There we go, Lisa. I know she's itching for action. She's down and out with the shoulder injury, if I'm not mistaken there.
Yes. But, she had surgery, remember?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So she's still, she's still going through that, I believe.
I had the interview with her.
Recovery.
It's been a few months now, and Usually I
Yep.
tend to forget exactly where. So yeah, I know his elbow, shoulder, somewhere there.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but Caitlin Myers, one of our players for next week, is tuning in with us here.
Love that.
She'll be playing Olivia Terry next Monday at 8 p.m. Central. So that'll be happening on the 8th there. And I love Carly and company for really mapping this out to where we get to see most of the winter side matches with the setup here.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
They've done a great job of organizing this, and I know they get a little slack here and there, but they work hard, and it shows. You know what they're trying to do here with the PPD and the Partners Promoting Darts program. Is, you know, it's pretty. I'll be honest, it's Carly and Kayla that run the show there nowadays, and
Yep.
Jim's trying to take his step out the door here and there as he can. He pretty much is. Let's be honest. But
well,
yeah.
Look at those averages: 4.5 for Danny Baggish, 6.0 for Leonard Gates, a 5.25 for Krissi Grimal, and then a 4.0 for Laine Lyzak. So they're both right there at like a 10 for the team, which is just gross of a good average. And man, it didn't even seem like Laine and Soldier kissed that leg, a win in that leg. So
that's scary.
It could be tough. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
That is scary because Danny told me a couple weeks ago when we had Krissi on the stream and she threw phenomenal. He said, if I get that Krissi every week, we're winning this hands down. And I said, dude, what? And he said, easy. If she gives me that performance every week, I'll back her up all the time with that. And he said, back her up.
I watched them warming up, right? We do get a little bit of access to the cameras ahead of time and get to see them kind of warming up a little bit. And it was literally just Danny taking on Krissi. And Krissi would win with a 5-point-something average. Then Danny would win with a 5-point-something average. For a mixed doubles pair, right? That's just gross. To be able to he's one of the best dart players in North America, and Krissi's kind of hanging with them step by step here, and warm ups, which is a little bit different than the real thing, but you can see it's kind of it definitely is paying off. Well, you see the high ground's already taken.
You said we get some secret access to the cameras. I did want to go ahead and mention, yes, Nick Teixeira does use those to peek on some matches every now and then. So beware if you're playing on the streaming boards.
Just beware. If you're playing at a streaming location and you're just some Joe Schmo, I'm sitting there watching you throw 1-3 online.
Yep, creepy. He just always watching darts. Especially when no one's looking, as we get a boom goes the 8 mark for Leonard Gates. I had to make sure. I didn't say it right away. Speaking of which, I know that you didn't watch my show last Tuesday, but for those of you that did, you saw I got a new tattoo live on air. So I'm representing the dynamite stick from this point forward. There's a boom goes the dynamite there for Danny Baggish. She has both of them. But yeah, so I have a new arm tattoo. Little dynamite stick. Compliments of Tori Gilstrip. Thank you, Tori, for that. Look at this from Laine. Oh, big 7. Big 7, but it's not enough right this second.
I give this a couple legs, and then we're going to be full bore with all our competitors here, just throwing lights out. This is just a little warm-up job from all these. As we get a nice
5,
6.
7, and 8, and a 3-3.
Yep, just a little warm-up job.
Porky, I am not man enough to get it branded on me, especially live on air. I would have screamed very loud.
I'm a little upset at Porky. I gave him a phone call, and he never called me back. That guy, come on now.
That's okay. I did that to Danny last week.
Danny deserves it here and there, though. Come on.
Yeah, he's throwing a 7.67. This is a obvious break a throw opportunity here that is looking more and more likely. What's also looking more and more likely is Danny Baggish and Krissi Grimal being on their A game tonight. And if that's the case, this is gonna be a potentially quick evening, even with Leonard and Laine.
Double bowl for a 5.10.
which was third best average of that leg. 7.67 for a partner. If they average 12 plus, this is going to be real quick.
That's filthy.
It's insane.
That is filthy. Hey, folks, just a reminder, we got a raffle, as always, a set of red, white, and blue shot flight deck flights, standard in between. That's going to be your option tonight if you win this raffle. So go ahead and like and comment if you have not to get entered into our raffle. It's pretty simple, isn't it?
It is simple. What's also pretty simple is that Laine is, boom goes the dynamite. Krissi Grimal. 9 marks the 20s to start it out. What I was going to say is that Laine is leaving those 20s open, which is just a detrimental thing to do. As you see, Leonard right away takes it away. And that's a white horse from Leonard Gates. That's an 8 mark, though.
It's still a beautiful one, and I'll count it as a doozy because
my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, to follow that in after Krissi did what she did, and Danny's going to put one in here too.
Ooh.
Maybe not.
He went a little coy with it to open up the 17s first. I like it. I'm cheering for good darts. I don't know about you, and it's going to be easy to cheer tonight. Laine, what is Laine doing?
Okay.
Well, that was an interesting play.
Well, here's what she's doing. She's forcing Krissi to go to the 16s or take her shot. Will she take her shot? I think she will.
I would easily take my shot because it gets rid of the high ground. And she hits the high. Doozy. She gets rid of it all.
And that's the questionable thing there. It's a pressure situation, but how Krissi's playing right now, just to start, is pretty good. And you can see she took it out.
Yeah, you're playing against a team with 0 let off, right? If it's Krissi that's following you, you're screwed. If it's Danny that's following you, you're screwed. So you're seeing right now Leonard doing a whole bunch of different things just to try and, scrap his way with the throw into this thing. And it's not working at all.
Yeah.
As they continue to hit trebles.
Chad said fastest match tonight. Yeah, we're getting a quick one here early.
My goodness.
Yeah, we're flying. We're not even 10 minutes into this bad boy, and we're almost 3 legs deep.
I mean,
gas pedal. Really,
Leonard's throwing a 7.5. Leonard's throwing a 7.5, and they are not close against the throw. I mean, are they human right now? My
5,
goodness.
6, 7. I told you they were just warming up because look at Krissi. She's gone up and up and up. 5, 6, 7 here.
My oh my. Listen. Yeah, she's playing phenomenal right now. And I know Mike Maloney's in there trying to he's talking some stuff about the World Cup, and I just want to briefly point this out that first of all, we try to send our best every time, and quite frankly, our best right now is Danny and Jules as far as qualifying for it. There are 2 PDC pros, and it doesn't matter if it was Danny and Leonard. It doesn't matter if it was Danny and Danny. It doesn't matter who it was. You still got to perform on that stage, and unfortunately, our guys just did not do that this past week when we know that they're more than capable of doing so. It just happens. That's darts, man. Especially a race to 4. I mean, that's so quick that you have to really find your groove quickly. And we saw the 2 teams that they played, the Italians ended up making the quarterfinals, so they were nothing to sneeze at.
The Italians started playing really, really good too. I mean, they were averaging some really good stuff there. When as a doubles, you're averaging 90s. I mean, ooh. That's tough to beat any day.
No.
You got to be moving and grooving on both parts. And if someone's lacking there, and we saw that in the World Cup, the other person's got to pick the weight. And sometimes you can't pick up that much weight sometimes. And that's that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Yep.
That's darts for you. So on to that.
It is darts.
Congrats to England, Luke Humphreys and Michael Smith.
I mean, for the next 20 years, England's going to be the favorite of that thing. You're going to have Luke and Luke forever when it becomes that. And that's crazy that Michael Smith is who we'd be getting rid of on that team, the number 3 ranked player in the world. Wow. And it would even improve the team. It's crazy, man. we'll see what happens. I'm happy for Austria too, for Robbie Jake, or Robbie John, sorry. And of course Mincer throwing like old school Mincer. I love to see that when that happens.
This is a big moment here. He's going to take the high ground.
Doesn't. He tried. I like the move.
He tried, and he was down in points. You can see that there, down by 29, but still makes the aggressive move on Laine here. So it's up to Laine to point.
You got to just stay there, not move at all. And that might not be enough to not let Krissi take out the 20s. She's throwing a 3-5 right now, by far her lowest leg. But that's about to change. Oh, that is so unlucky on that second dart.
Yeah, a little ricochet there, and no bucks on the last few. So here we go. Leonard Gates could go ahead and close the door on these two numbers. Oh, he makes the aggressive play on opening up another wedge.
Hey, Jeff, I need to ask you, how are we being biased? There's a team that's dominating right now against another team. We're just calling the match. Don't know what you're talking about, bud.
Yeah.
People are so funny, man.
You saw what Leonard did there. He made that aggressive play to the 16s because he knew that that Danny wanted to take out those 20s. So he forced Danny to do what he wanted him to do here. And he gave Laine the option to continue to hammer away on the 20s and even get the option on the 16. So it's a great move, honestly, from Leonard.
It was so smart. And at the end of the day, that might be one of those plays to actually counteract Danny's strategy. If you have two numbers open and one of them, and it kind of makes it so that you can't try to take out the higher one.
What I also like was right before the previous leg started, where they went for that hyper aggressive strategy for Leonard Gates and Laine Lyzak. Gates went up to Laine and they had a conversation right before she started that throw, basically saying, hey, listen, we're going to go ahead and try to switch up strategy, switch up gears here, because right now the heads up clash isn't going our favor. And they seem to be working well together as far as adapting on the fly based on what they're getting is a full on onslaught from the Florida team at the moment.
You see Danny there behind him points, takes out that high ground.
Yep.
And this might be a moment where Laine really does take out the 18s and 17s after that first 16 for sure.
I would say she should go ahead and try for the 18s here or stay on it. I think if she would have hit a triple there, she would have went ahead and took a shot at the 18s, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Given that it would have put him up by 100. So, yeah, why not take that move there?
Chris Mart's asking, where can I get these laser guided darts? If you find that out, man, let me know, because I'm in for that. This could be a big moment here for Leonard. Yep. Now he's going to take out the 18 here. Great darts from Leonard Gates. He has single-handedly, with strategy, with everything, kind of picked up Laine here in this leg and is showing out. She's throwing a 3-6 too, which is not. She's doing her job too.
She's doing her job because Krissi's only throwing a 2-6 right here, which is kind of it's not normal Krissi darts, but I mean every once in a while those are going to pop in. So
for everybody,
they need to take this leg, make this 3-1, and get one on the board fast.
Oh, there's a 9 mark from Danny Baggish just to put some pressure on, man.
That's a good amount of pressure here. So Laine is to close the door on the 15s.
Oh,
there you go.
Beautifully
yes. done. She can take this. Well, not anymore.
But that'll do. Krissi needs math 6. All 6 of them.
Math. I love how you just yelled that out loud.
Well, it was a mental thing. And
I wonder if math teachers yell English before they do any subjects.
That's awesome. Like the language that we're speaking. I hope so.
Oh, that's good. There you go. Get one on the board.
There's the first one for the team from Texas. 3-1 scoreline. They needed that. It is enough. It is not enough for the PPD player advantage rule. It will go to Krissi and Danny to go first. And this is where it's really going to matter is, first of all, Laine and Leonard have to hold their throw every time now, but they also have
Yeah.
to break Krissi and Danny once. I think it's only once here.
You can see Danny's really feeling it. He threw a 6.8 there, and he's continued to ride this high 6 train for this whole match so far. So we'll see how this one kind of turns out. But this is interesting here. Get another one on the board here, Laine and Leonard, and see how it goes. Big shout out to Laine's parents, and I don't know who if that's a brother or who, maybe boyfriend, husband. I don't know. They're at the table
Fiance,
behind there. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, big shout out to the 3.
Yeah, I believe that she just got engaged a couple months ago, if I'm not mistaken. So congratulations to her for that.
I don't know her like that, so sorry.
Well, me either, but Facebook is a heck of a thing. If most people wonder where I get all my stuff from, it's just because I creep on Facebook. Matt, I'll answer that in 1 second, but I do have to say, Will, you don't need this information because I'm sure you felt this last week, but July is here, and so is the new dart of the month. Enjoy 10% off all Jeff Smith Discovery label darts and all other Cosmo Discovery label darts. Plus, you'll get a free Cosmo swag bag with every purchase. That's pretty awesome. Love me some Jeff Smith. Celebrate 4th of July with A to Z Darts, where you can enjoy 10% off all products store-wide all week long. America. A to Z loyalty members will also receive 10% cash back on all purchases this week only. Ooh, look at that. You got them right there. While you're at it, shop the Winmore Mini 2024 launch, the Shot Red Line launch, and the Cali West version 2 dart barrels. Lastly, just make sure to check out their blog for the complete beginner's guide on how to play cricket. Just head on over to azdarts.com for all your darting needs.
Creepy smile. Yes, it was, but you're welcome. Yeah, those darts are honestly very nice. I was surprised.
Boom goes the dynamite.
That's his 4th.
Yep.
This evening.
He has 4 of the 5, and the other one's Krissi. And Leonard. Yep, just opened up a new wedge after the first 2 singles there. Sup, Michael Wallace? OT from the TO in there. Aw.
We'll see you next week.
Yep. That means both of our players for next week are in this chat, which we love to see. We appreciate all the support. Honestly, for us, when the players support us during their season and stuff like that, that means more to us than most things, just because boom goes the dynamite from the blue bonnet, Laine Lyzak. That's number 6. And the first one for the team from Texas. But big darts there from her. But yeah, we appreciate that greatly. It really means a lot to us. Dave, remember, in the dart world, North America is North America. There is no Canada or Canada, or however you pronounce it. And there is no America. It is North American darts.
Leonard Gates for another doozy.
Big 8 mark from Gates. He's had 3 of those, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Because I've almost said it 3 different times now. And there's the lead against the throw.
He gets so many of those 8 marks. It's just ridiculous.
Guys, let us know. Who do you have in this one? Are you rooting from the team from Texas, or are you rooting for those Floridians?
Oh, just outside. Would have been great to hammer in some more points there, but it's only going to be 3.
Yeah, and that's a tough one, too, with the first one going in the treble 18. And then little marching orders left and right. And Danny's going to make him pay. Not as much as I would have expected. That'll work. With Gator stepping up.
Guys, don't forget, halftime, we got a great rendition of America the Beautiful coming your way, brought to you by Sean Green. So
hold on, let me look up the words.
Epic one.
America.
Don't forget about that one at intermission
America.
time.
God shed his light on thee. That's just a little preview for those of you who want to tune in. Everyone's going to turn off that now. Boom goes the dynamite for Krissi Grimal.
There she goes. Another one for her. That is 2. Krissi Grimal. Laine, give it right back. She's got one in this leg, but It is a 7 mark.
Huge 7 mark. Look at these averages, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we told you going into this one, this is going to be appetizing, and yeah, we may have some hills in between, but that's the roller coaster ride of darts for you.
Sure is. It's the only darts I know.
We are on the uptick here.
How about this? My favorite Windsors in the chat. Reagan saying Krissi and Danny. Rooting for Krissi and Danny.
Dammy, I like it.
Dammy. That was a bit of a Freudian slip too. Dammy Danny. Good darts there from Krissi.
Yeah,
my goodness. True. Krissi, Grimal.
Look what he's doing.
I like it.
He's saying, stay there, go. What he's kind of coaching her through. What's she gonna do? She goes for that
18.
high ground.
Interesting play. I like the way that they're talking through it. And that being said, I'm surprised Krissi didn't bite his arm off when he touched her while she was at the line.
Let's see how this plays out.
She needs a treble badly.
Oh,
that's gonna hurt.
That very well could hurt, and
it will. It's
Danny's eyeing the prize here, closing out the number. Yeah, he's asking. He's saying, "I'm gonna point here and then go over. I'm just gonna take it out immediately." What's he gonna do?
I think he asked, "What do you want me to do on dart 3?" He
might take it out. Yeah, I think he might take it out immediately. Knowing Danny.
There it goes.
Mm-hmm.
What's he going to do on dart 3? Another treble 15. Big darts from Danny Baggish. I told you. It's easy when the players are this good, right?
And that one kind of stings if you're Leonard and Laine, because that was very much your leg to get back into this thing.
And then Leonard missed through. Yeah, Leonard missed through on the 17s.
It's Krissi and Danny going to have the advantage going into break, no matter what.
Yeah, and if you're absolutely right. That was a perfect opportunity for a break, a throw. And I mean, first of all, hats off to Krissi and Danny for digging themselves back into it. It wasn't as much as Laine and Leonard doing anything wrong as much as it was Krissi 9 mark, Danny 8 mark. I mean, that's just what they do. You can never feel comfortable against them.
You really can't. And here we go for the 4-1 advantage. Danny Baggish with another 6. And look at those other score lines too. 4 pluses.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the way these players are throwing.
No, it was just that round there. Let's be honest. That one round was that leg. And that's what it came down to. And Krissi and Danny stole it away. So Laine gets the start here. Let's see what she does. I say you got to have at least 20s. A 4.
Yep. Great second dart.
Yeah,
she does get the 4. Now, if you see Krissi hit a treble 19 and a single 19, she might go the last dart up at 20s.
We'll see.
She's staying.
Yep.
I said might. I like that too.
And I think that's a later play for her, where Danny's early. Danny's the early play on that one.
Oh. Wire width away from a 9. This is amazing, dude.
Yeah, once again, this is brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts, folks. Big shout out to them for providing you this Women's Choice Challenger Series. Boy, is it an appetizing one. I gotta tell you. And this is just a sprinkle. We're going to bring you more CSCs, more of this action, and who knows what's coming down the road. I know they're always tinkering around with new stuff, so watch out. Jump on board now if you have the chance, and there's a vendor in your area. Check it out, dartstoc.com.
PBD tour.
This is some good action heading your way. And, man, I'm telling you what, dude. This is the darts these players are throwing. I mean, hats off to them. They're the reason this continues to grow as much as it does. These players are just so uber talented. it's honestly insane. That was way off for Gator. He was in between darts there on dart 2.
Gator.
And I mean way off for him, like that was halfway down the 19s from the treble. Well, happy birthday, Crazy Foot. Hope you have a good one. How about Jalen Romero in there with a little heat action?
Just continues doing Danny things. Big 7.
Laine, great first start. Man. Her throw is almost textbook perfect. Have you noticed that yet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it is a gorgeous throw. Gorgeous throw. I mean, we saw that from Kelly Sipe, too. I mean, just phenomenal looking throws here. And, I mean.
And Krissi does that rockabye baby.
Yeah, she does, but she makes it work, and she does that well, too. I mean, what else can you ask for here?
They are forcing Leonard to kind of push a little bit. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I love Krissi calling her shot. And hits it again. 667 for Danny Baggish. Have we seen him throw a bad leg yet?
Look at this throw for Laine here.
It's just textbook perfect.
And she has that like Gerwin Price style chin where it's like perfectly in the air.
Yep.
She kind of looks up as she throws. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
She has a touch of a lift up from her back foot. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yep.
But as long as it happens after she's thrown the dart, then it's completely fine. Everything else about her throw is textbook. But that's what happens when you have a family of darters and you've been playing since you were 15 years old.
I mean, truth. At least she said 11 years in her interview. We'll find more out.
Oh, great darts
during our break.
It's not going to be enough to put any pressure on it, but he at least got the point lead there at the end. But this is about to be 5-1, buddy.
That's scary. That is scary.
Oh, look at Danny. Hits the treble 19 first to keep that average up. A 6.55 for him.
Oh, my.
I mean.
I do want to say the first time I watched Laine Lyzak throw was earlier this year in January at the Bull Shooter tournament out there, and it was a late night run in singles where she came out on top in that bracket. The thing that most impressed me about her run there was simply just how cool-headed she was staying, considering it was a late night bracket run, and just that composure overall was something that you would expect out of a dart player that's been playing for the last 30 plus years. You know, not someone that's in their mid-20s still at before the precipice of where their game can go.
Well, she opened with a beautiful 7 mark, and Krissi answers with the 5, so up to Leonard to go ahead and run away with this. Down to the 19s, Leonard. Or, okay, open up the 18s. I don't mind that either.
You do you, Gates.
Gator, you do you, Gator.
Yeah, exactly. Las Vegas Open this year is where I met Laine for the first time and talked to her. Mm-hmm. She finished top 4 with the ladies 501 doubles with her mom, Jennifer. So
correct.
And that's a field that had Fallon Sherrick in it and Dita Hedman and I mean the top ladies in North America. So for her to finish top 4 there, it tells you that there is definitely a lot that she can
and I think
that she can throw with.
I think that was a little eye opener for us too. I mean, what the possibilities are for the women's game, having those two legends of the female, and Fallon, a little young to be called a legend, but let's be honest, she's kind of worked her status up to that point already. I mean, she's got an MBE for goodness sake. So to have those two players there and just how massive that event was pretty cool. And what we're seeing on the soft tip side as well. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm excited for the future. And look again. And
here. I do want to point out real quick that Laine is also a key member of Team Lyzak, where they promote the sport kind of all over the world. They actually have a the Lyzak Emeka Dart Academy in Nigeria.
Yeah.
That they started and got going. So when you talk about people that are doing things for darts worldwide, you have to start with Team Lyzak, which is just so cool to have that aspect of things as well. They have a 200-point lead here. They're not messing around in this one.
No, they know that they need to get another leg on the board here, and by any means necessary, they're gonna do
She
it.
can't do anything. She might go 15s here. That might be the only logical thing to do, minus just going to the 17s. Yep. Can't point anymore. Terry goes, Danny Baggett, you free Monday?
Fly in.
After Maloney said no.
Olivia, I'll tell you what, Sean will come to the rescue if you need him to. He'll even commentate while he does it.
Yeah, well, I commentate like, all right, well, Sean averaged a 1.5 again, and he is the sole reason why they are losing.
Well, this should be cruise control for Laine and Leonard.
That's what
here.
It feels like. Danny just talked to Krissi. The only real play here is the other bowls or point as much as possible. But yeah, it's going to be pointing as much as possible. Yeah. I kind of figured he might do that because then they can't point again, but except for the bulls, but yeah, that'll work. OT, I hear that every time. Everybody needs to know that my dart nickname is actually Where's Megan? So huge shout out to her for being the way better green. Way more popular one.
It's a good nickname.
Yep. Where's Megan? That should be on my dart jerseys. Then on the back, I just put she's here somewhere. All right. Last leg before they head into the break. So I'm going to put you on the spot here, Will. What, if anything, can Laine and Leonard do to turn this thing around? Besides drive to Florida and kneecap them both. Tanya Harding style.
Yeah, I was about to say they better call the Metro Trick Shots Metro West here and cut the power or something. Yeah, I mean that's the easiest way right now. The second easiest way would be honestly just go into this break and kind of change your mindset and hope that Danny kind of catches a wind here and fizzles out. And he's not far off from doing that. I mean, he's throwing a 4-0 right now. He's thrown 6 pluses almost every leg. And I believe it's every leg, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, you just got to hope that I'm going to be honest, he fizzles out a little bit.
He thought for sure he was closing those 20s and those 18s. Tim Goodwin jumping in there saying, whoa, just jumped in. Didn't expect to see this gap. To be honest, it hasn't been anything that they've done wrong.
At the beginning of this, I was thinking 9-5 towards Danny and Krissi's way, but they've kind of stormed out to a good lead. And I don't know if I think Laine and Leonard could possibly do it, but they got to get this leg for sure. And it looks like they will, but they got to get this leg for sure, and they got to rattle off the first couple in the after the break.
Well, that was dead center from Gates, so that'll work. It'll do. It's 5-2. Again, anything can still happen here at this point, but Laine and Leonard are going to get to go first right after the break, down 3 legs. So we'll see how this turns out, man. It could be interesting.
Yeah,
got a long way to go.
And good point here. I like how they're, they are talking, everybody's mingling and making sure their strategy is right. That's the part of doubles that makes it interesting. So hang with us, folks. We got 2 great interviews brought to you by Nick DeShera. Hang tight. We'll do those, and we'll be right back with the conclusion of this match in just a moment.
I'm Laine Lyzak. I'll be playing out of Lone Star Ice House, and I play for Star City Amusements.
Well, Laine Lyzak, welcome to the Women's Choice Challenger Series. It's a pleasure to have you on our show. And for anybody that's seeing you for the first time, can you tell them a little bit about how you got into the game of darts and how long you've been playing?
So I've been playing competitively for about 11 years now. I got into darts originally because it's a family sport. My parents play, my siblings play, my aunts and uncles play, and I have grandparents that had played. It really wasn't an option, and I just ended up loving it.
And going into this season, what was your expectations for your first run at the WCS?
I don't think I really had any. With it being my first time, I worked really hard playing a bunch of league matches to even qualify, get in the top 1,000. So once I got there, I said, let's hit the ground running and see what you can do.
Looking at your partner, you've been playing with Leonard Gates. Can you talk to us about why you chose him as a partner and how that's been going for you?
So it's been going really well. We play well together. We listen to each other. I chose him as my partner because I knew I had to find somebody strong if I wanted to compete with the top. I know Krissi won last season and Cheyenne come in as runner-up with Ram. I knew I needed a man who could stay with either one of them. So the opportunity presented itself when I was invited, so I asked and he said yes.
And tonight, you have one of the toughest possible opponents in Krissi Grimal's team. What's going to be your game plan to come out on top?
As my mom always tells me, just be me, and I'm going to throw my darts, and hopefully it leads me to a win.
Is there anything else you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along?
I love you all, and I appreciate all the support you give me. Thank you.
Well, Laine Lyzak, we're so excited to have you on our show, and we're excited for tonight's match. We wish you nothing but the best of luck with it.
I'm Laine Lyzak, and you're watching the Women's Choice Challenger Series.
Let me tell you about A to Z Darts. We're a specialty dart store with over 10,000 different products. We create in-depth videos and blogs to help improve your game and showcase our products. I'm Jen, the creative director for A to Z Darts. I've been playing for over 10 years and I've traveled the world competing in and promoting the sport. Guessing right now you're pretty interested in our resources? Learn about form, scoring and grouping, checkout methods, and much more. Visit a-zdarts.com or follow us on social media at azdarts today.
I am Krissi Grimal, and I play for West Coast Darters, but currently I am in Orlando, playing for C&M at Trick Shots Metro West.
Welcome back, Krissi Grimal, to the Women's Choice Challenger Series. It is a pleasure to have you on our show once again. Last time we saw you, you had a tough match on the stream to start things off, but then afterwards you played Cheyenne Richards in week 2. Can you talk to us a little bit about that match?
Honestly, it's kind of a blur. I just play one match at a time and just try to get through whatever. And, sometimes it was working, sometimes it wasn't. And we just kind of pulled it together as a team and made it happen.
Going into the season, the returning champions are, of course, always going to be the favorites. But at the rate things are going, you guys are still definitely the favorites this season as well. That being said, does being the favorite affect you at all? Does it change your mentality or your style of play?
No, not at all. I try not to even think about it because obviously any given day, anybody is beatable. So I just try to go through the matches one game at a time and just keep trying to focus and stay on target.
Now, we've talked with the audience a lot about this, but I want to get your opinion. How do you feel about this tournament style being mixed doubles?
It's unique. I would like to see a different change format, possibly maybe, only using one person, one time, and then once they're done, one and done type deal, and then move on to a different person so more people have opportunities to kind of experience this.
And tonight, you face off against Laine Lyzak, a very tough opponent. What's going to be your game plan to come out on top?
Just hopefully I keep my head on my shoulders and I just keep steady and doing one shot, one game, try to play smart. Anybody, like I said, anybody's beatable. So it could be anybody's ball game. And
is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along?
just thank you for all your support, and just keep smiling and waving to people.
Well, Krissi Grimal, it's always a pleasure to have you on our show and having a chat with us here. And we wish you nothing but the best of luck in your match.
I am Krissi Grimal, and you are watching the Women's Challenger Series.
Welcome back, folks. Hope you enjoyed those interviews. It was great to hear from both of our competitors. That's always a great thing that we are able to do, is just kind of sit down with them and kind of hear from themselves about the action here and what they enjoy about the WCS. So, well, this is an interesting one. I didn't see this sitting at this point after the break, to be honest.
Well, I did and I didn't, right? Definitely did not see Krissi and Danny dominating like this, even with Laine and Leonard on their game for the most part. I don't know the averages. That could be completely false on what I just said, but it seems like all players are throwing what they need to. It just seems like Krissi and Danny are just taking an extra gear here early on. That being said, they still have to hold that extra gear, because if Laine and Leonard keep at their pace, they're going to win some legs, which we just saw in the last one. If Danny and Krissi start to drop a little bit, and listen, there's a reason why averages are averages, is because it's where they fall, and Danny has been well above that average so far. That being said, I don't expect a regression, but you never know.
I said it going into the interviews here, is these two legs after break really matter, I think, for Laine and Leonard. They're going to have to win them, and if not, I have a feeling that this is going to be Krissi and Danny's night once again, and we'll find out here as Laine kicks us off in leg number 8 in this race to 9 battle.
Again, just big start there for 7 mark from Laine. That's her best start on the 20 so far, which really, really, really makes a difference with the throw. And she started out those first couple legs not closing those 20s, and that made the difference in those first couple legs and kind of allowed Krissi and Danny to get out to a hot start. It's always weird to think of this game as like that simplistic, but
Leonard
boom goes the dynamite for Leonard Gates.
Goes into attack mode here. That is number 8 on the prediction for 11.5. And some of you were like, whoa, there ain't no way. And some were like, oh, it's over. Well, we're going to find out, because it's creeping up already, and we're only in leg number 8.
Yeah, great start here for Laine and Leonard out of the break. Moving straight to the 16s. I don't know what they did during the break, but they're throwing hot right now. And this is what you have to do against Danny and Krissi. You got to jump on them.
They are jumping
Man,
on
what a crazy dart there from Krissi.
Indeed, though. Look at this for Leonard. He attacked the 16s over to the 15s.
Ooh, he tried to go for the bull there.
And
he gets the double bull instead. Okay.
He tends to do that. I should open up my eyes on that one and say, hey, he tends to do that. He does make that switch over to the bull, especially in the doubles affairs.
And that's why he did it, because the 9 mark still didn't do anything for the point lead. Boom goes the dynamite, and now Laine just needs to close the 15s and hit one bull.
Well, most of the time he's able to capitalize on the double, too, which he did there. And
there goes the 15s.
Yep.
Beautiful.
He gave the win
Beautiful
to Laine.
leg of darts.
And look at her. She threw a 6-0 there. Fantastic
and a 7.5.
Fantastic stuff. And that's exactly what they're going to have to do throughout in order to win this contest. So great opener from Laine and Leonard. Let's see them pull off this leg as well.
Yeah, I don't care how good Danny and Krissi are throwing. If they throw a 13.5 together, Laine and Leonard, they're going to be real tough to beat no matter what.
13.5 compared to 11 there.
It's within 2 again.
Oh, but what a start there as well from Krissi. Come on, Laine, give it back. I love this.
would like to match the 7 with a 7. Not that 7.
I just wanted to highlight a comment in here. Jennifer Lyzak saying, yes, what they need to do, that's it. And I mean, coming from another Lyzak, that's exactly right. You have to just outthrow and outgun in a match like this.
I loved every bit of it. And you can see
huge shout out to the entire Lyzak family.
Krissi even saying, calm down there, calm down there.
Well, when you're used to playing perfect for an entire start of a match, and now all of a sudden you're finding yourself missing some trebles, it can be like what am I doing different type of situation.
That break is perfectly timed. Right after 7 legs is a great place to have a break in a race to 9, because you can allow yourself to kind of grab a beverage, use the restroom, whatever you may need to use, or you can go ahead and keep hitting the board and find yourself playing better down the road, or whatever you need to do. And sometimes it hurts you, sometimes it helps you. Right now it's hurting Krissi and Danny, and it's helping Laine and Leonard. We'll find out in this leg. Two
good
big
last
darts
start there from Danny.
Yeah, 2 big darts there.
Leaving Leonard the 18s, which
he may open up another wedge after the last, or just hammer there.
He's hammering now.
Yeah, he's going to just hammer there.
He can't believe that wasn't a 9.
This is an opportunity here for Laine.
Huge opportunity.
She can push him out in front by a good margin. Not a bad marker dart if she can utilize it.
Oh, and it kisses it low instead of up.
May have honestly hurt her instead of helped her.
See what Danny does. See how long they play with the 18s open. He's going to let it play out. That's because of the high ground.
They're gonna take that opportunity 9 times out of 10 to just hammer away on those points, extend the match out. They'll take their chances. Look at this from Gates. There's that 9. There it is.
There's the Gator. And that's number 10. And again, that's why it's always tricky to trap a player on a number or a team on a number, because you're still given an opportunity to point as much as possible. And in a game of points, that means a lot. And here, if you're Laine, what, do you take the first start of 18s and then maybe close the 19s? Just to get one of them closed?
Mike Maloney
You
said,
stay
I would
there.
like to point out that maybe Gates has adopted Maloney yoga pants. Brother, I hate to tell you, those are not yoga pants. Those are definitely shorts, but he's got his knee brace on one knee. So that's what it is, brother. I don't think anybody's adopted your yoga pants quite yet, bud.
It was so cute that he thought that he had someone else that was gonna take it on.
No, sir. He's got that 90s basketball era still in him with a short.
Just an old man brace.
The longer knee shorts.
Also, those are really short capris if those are capris.
Well, they're putting a lot of pressure is Laine and Leonard here. Forcing Krissi to hammer down on the 19s, which she does. She gives them the 7-point advantage, but it's still not enough.
Yeah. Laine can just hammer the 18s again. They're just kind of playing with fire here by leaving the 18s open.
And maybe they should have taken that opportunity earlier to close them.
Oh,
But that is a big miss right there.
she's had a couple of 2 marks on those 18s.
Especially with Danny coming in behind. He may make this hurt. Yep, he took away the 18 right away.
And Gates going to 9 mark the 15s. Oh, that's a perfect dart for him. Yeah.
I love how you predict it beforehand and it just happens.
Boom goes the dynamite. It's easy. It's easy when these guys are this good. I'm telling you right now, 6.8 in this leg. They have the devil's number, but that's okay.
Yeah, what a terrible score line, 666, but it'll do for at least a little bit.
Jeez.
For at least a little bit.
I'm telling you, listen, let's talk about the World Cup format of being doubles the entire way through. And then for this to be a doubles type of game, it just, man, I still think it's the right format for this type of event. It is different. It's just different than these players are used to playing in a good way.
It's so much fun. I mean, Danny said it. We've had numerous people say that's the most fun I've had in a match in a while or in a tournament. And it just brings the best out of you. And we're seeing it there. Danny throws
great 8 mark,
magnificent 8 mark. And I said it before, this is a leg that I think Leonard and Laine needed. And they put a lot of pressure on this leg to try to take it away, but just not enough. And we're going to end up at a 6-3 score line here.
Well, and you guys are talking about format, right? It's important to note that Krissi, in her interview, when I asked her about the format, she said basically, I like it. If anything, I would put limitation on how many times you can use a partner, just because I want to let other people also experience what it's like playing in a format like this and playing in a bracket as they are slapping each other over there or something.
I like that. I like a three term limit. Pretty much like a 3, you can't use any more than 3 times, and that's including the finals. So, if you use them once and maybe you have a double dip action, then there's your twice. It makes it a little bit difficult.
And how interesting is that it was Krissi who has made that statement. She has arguably one of the best partners that you can have that she gets full access to every single week. And for her to even say that is that's interesting.
Now here's what I really think they should do. They should make it a 3 time limit per use, like if the male's used at all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so first come, first serve?
Yes, exactly.
That's
then
interesting.
It gets real interesting because you can't have, Kenny teaming up with Krissi the next week or something, and then there's an advantage. I would like just three term limit. That's it. Once you use them 3 times.
Eventually though, if you only use each person once, like Krissi actually mentioned, eventually, man, you'd have to think that she'd have to go to Nick Teixeira for like the finals or something. And that is anyone's ball game at that point.
Good point. Good point.
My 375 is not doing nothing in this. I'll own it. It's not doing nothing.
All right, Laine's is she gonna go? I like the way that she's stepping back and talking to Leonard. You just like the dartboard's there. That's where it is. You just shoot there.
Is she saying, "Hey, do I open up the other wedge or do I take my shot at closing this number?" It's a good point to maybe ask him real quick and just see his stance on it. And obviously, he said, "Hey, this is what I would do," and she closes out the number and moves on. She takes away 118, still has the advantage.
And we haven't mentioned this yet, but let's go ahead and mention it. The board cam on the Trick Shot Metro West does move a little bit. It is because the base is a thumping in that place. So the ceiling actually vibrates that's holding that camera, which is why you'll see a little bit of movement there. There's no other place that we have that situation, but you can see it kind of moving a little bit on the screen. If that is something that you're like, man, am I having a seizure? No, it's just naturally what's happening on the page there. 7 mark from Danny on the 18s is a huge moment for that. And now Laine's got a match on the 16s, which she can do.
Oh, she can very well do it. Even a 7 mark is handy here. How about another? Oh.
Laine's 26 years old, and man, she's going to be in this for a long time, and I cannot wait to see how good she's 26.
Wow.
Yep.
And it is good to see the amount of that 18 to, I'd say, 30 range right now that we have involved in the game, which is good. And I say 30 because, I mean, that's kind of a middle ground. I would say not even quite middle ground. I would say 35 to 40 is more your middle ground for darts these days.
There's a lot of old people in darts. You got to keep
Well,
that in mind.
it's moving
I'm just
down.
kidding.
It's moving down, and it's moving down pretty quick. I will say that.
Is that a blocker? He's going to move over, though. It doesn't matter to him. He'll move over to find the opening. Oh, now those are both blocked. And he's got nothing else he can do besides try and fit that in there, right? It doesn't make sense to go bowl.
I mean, he could try, but I don't think he will. He's like, what do I do here? And he obviously is going to try to make it work.
Well, he's got 15 more seconds to figure out his
Get it
angle
through the
here.
uprights there, Danny. Go ahead. Give it a kick.
There's a little space. We can see it.
Oh, my gosh.
And he hits it.
Oh, my
gosh.
God. Nasty. Nasty.
Gross is what that is. How did he do that? There's no way that should have gone in. Like,
No, not at all.
that's insane.
Oh, and just a single.
Well,
Just a single.
unfortunately not.
Yeah, can't win it, but
Yep. Can put some pressure. Not anymore, really. Even 2 in the black doesn't really put as
Yeah,
much
not-
pressure as he wants to.
not as
Not on
significant. Yeah, exactly. So Danny should take this out for the
First dart.
7-3.
All right, maybe second dart.
Wow.
It is 7-3. Krissi and Danny over Laine and Leonard. And again, Laine's starting to average a couple legs in the high 2s, which is definitely not helping, but they have 2 legs with the throw here. It can be 7-5. Really without even blinking, but she's got to open up those 20s nicely.
Oh yeah, well we said about I said it earlier, that roller coaster ride. I mean, throughout the match, especially in a race to 9, you're going to have your high moments and you're going to have your low moments. Only a 2.
I'm starting to
there.
notice that Laine's height is causing that when she throws that first dart a little bit low on the treble, the height that she has is causing that dart to go low. As there's another 180 from Krissi Grimal. Boom goes the dynamite.
That's a big round for her.
9
Good.
marks the 20s.
And there's number
There's
12.
12.
Yeah, over on the
Boom.
11.5. Wow.
Leonard goes double 20 to get rid of it.
Just a 5 mark there from Danny.
OT.
There's some requests for
Not
the
wrong.
all women's challenger series. I agree. I mean, at some point maybe we'll get another round of it, but for right now, this is interesting. I hope it never leaves, and maybe another edition is just an all women's challenger series. But I do think we need some more women involved, like Liz Tynan and others. We have one new name that's involved in possibly the season 3, and that's Kelly Mears. So,
Yep.
I mean, other than that, I would love to see some more action. I'd love to see a 32 round happen. So
There you go.
if you know some of these ladies that are phenomenal shots from around the country, get them involved in the PPD. Let's see them in this WCS. I think that we want to see some of those tighter knit averages to make it a little bit more interesting. But I think with more players and more of those names, we're going to get that.
I agree. 100%. The only reason why I'm hesitant to say Liz Tynan, who I love to death, is that means Mike Maloney is going to be playing too, which nobody needs.
Nobody wants that. There's some other fantastic shots. I'm telling you, there's a lot of talented ladies out there right now.
Kyrie throwing Tori Gilstrip's name in there. I agree with that.
It's also important to note, because I do see a couple people talking about the original CSC and the women's event that we held in the past. That was before it kind of blew up the way it did with all of us getting involved. It was very different pre-COVID when those were run. I don't think it's fair to necessarily compare the numbers, but just remember, it used to be a men's and a women's event. Now it's the CSC itself. The CSC Challenger Series is an open gendered event. So women and men alike can play in that. During the offseason, where they said, okay, let's put in an extra show here. And that's exactly what we did.
That was
coffin shot.
Dirty 8 mark from Danny Baggish. And yeah, you said it, a coffin shot is, I mean, almost slamming it shut and hammering in a few of them already. So looking for an 8-3 lead here. It was a good hat trick, but it's not enough. As Krissi's going to take this one and run.
Laine throwing a 4 too in this leg.
I was going to say, still some great averages. Still some great averages here, but wow.
Krissi and Danny moved one leg away. This has been a dominant performance from Krissi and Danny. This is a put everyone on the spot of, let's see if you could ever beat us.
And that's it. I mean, they made a statement the first season. They're making another statement here. But we were thinking this one. Honestly, before tonight, I was thinking, possibly 9-7 range, and I mentioned earlier, 9-5. I kind of leaned towards that after Sean was talking. We were talking earlier, and I mean, right now, we still have a possibility of them coming back, but it's not really. It's very low on the percentage wise.
Again, the one thing they have going for them is that until they get 6 on the board, they're going first. So in reality, they really only have to break the throw twice.
And that
seems crazy, but
that's a great way to mention it right now. I mean, we've seen teams make the run here. And like I said, I mean, it's low on the percentage wise, but it can happen.
Yep. And we saw it in leg number 8. We saw just how well Laine and Leonard can play on their A game. They can be unbeatable at times, even against Krissi and Danny.
I really wanted to make this run here.
I do too.
To get interesting.
Well, we're also spoiled.
Oh, come on, give us
our last 2 weeks. Good, smart close. Our last 2 weeks, we've had last leg deciders.
Yeah, we have, and it's been great to see that.
Oh, look at that! I mean, it's been masterful how much pressure Danny and Krissi have been able to just to pile on consistently in this match. Great darts from Gates.
Forces Danny to the 16s here.
Yeah, I figured he might go 15s too.
Cheyenne Richards 9-4 over Jamie Nowak.
Wow, I believe that was closer at the start, and that just kind of was a runaway. Ram is actually leading in NPR this season for the WCS.
Ram's playing really well right now. He's won quite a few remote tournaments lately. Did qualify for that bullshooter, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right, Nick?
Yes,
he did qualify for that bullshooter invitational invite.
He has no idea, does he?
I don't know. Yeah, Nick has no idea, but he's just blowing smoke.
It's okay, he works for him. No big deal.
Per usual.
He also didn't hit the button that time. That's no big deal. We won't point that out.
I want to point out, Barb mentioned something here, and I want to point out, watching How to Kill Your Husband while watching darts on the phone. So why do women, including like a lot of wives, including my wife, like those murder mystery stuff? What's up with that? Are they just are they learning how to kill us, bro?
No, I need you to stop right here. Okay.
What?
Because I also love watching those murder shows on Discovery ID. Discovery ID. I will sit there when I go on the road, when I'm like on the road in a hotel room, I will find HLN and just forensic files the heck out of that in the nighttime.
Look at this. 6 3-3 for Leonard and a 3.5 for Laine as they get the leg. Good stuff for them. Laine
Tim goes, and my wife's a chemist.
Laine start off well here. Let's see a good 5 mark.
She needs a big dart here. Those first two were found wanting and just unable to get it up high enough, and that is a problem. And it has been a problem like with the throw when it's occurred, because Krissi 9 marks the 20s. Only gets 4.
All right, all you Dexters need to calm down out there with your love for
one of the greatest shows of all time, by the way.
What do you?
Yeah, worst endings ever of a show, but one of the greatest shows of all time still.
Yes, calm down there. You really want to dive in. I am from the home of BTK.
Well, if there's one way to get us terrified, that's one way to do it. Boom goes the dynamite, Danny Baggish. But hey, don't forget about the dart of the month. Enjoy 10% off Jeff Smith Discovery Label darts and all other Cosmo Discovery Label darts. Plus, you'll get a free Cosmo swag bag with every purchase. And then don't forget to celebrate 4th of July with A to Z Darts, when you can enjoy 10% off all products store-wide all week long. A to Z loyalty members will also receive 10% cash back on all purchases this week. You know why? Merca. That's why. And while you're at it, shop the Winmore Mini 2024 launch, the Shot Red Line launch, and the Cali West V2 dart barrels. Lastly, make sure to check out their blog for the complete beginner's guide on how to play cricket. In case you're wondering how this game is being played currently, just head on over to A2ZDarts.com for all of your darting needs. And Leonard Gates needs a lot of points here. Gets 5 of them, not going to be enough. Danny's going to take out the 18s early.
Yeah. Let's see what he does after that, too. This could be a statement round here from Danny. Or it could be a forgettable one.
Double. He doesn't shoot a double, Sean. You know that. He's smart. He gets the treble and gets rid of it. And now Laine's going to go 16s. It's tough to adjust after that first dart. Yep. 16s and 15s are always the toughest to adjust from after the first dart. I really hope Cody's a math teacher, by the way, because he put English and CIS is my jam.
I love it. Hope more people do that from now on. All right, Leonard, come on, give us something here. 2 of them. He does. But you still see they're down by a little margin here.
Yep.
And with Danny coming up,
he has the higher ground. Does he?
He'll take out the 16s next start because he's got 2 easy opportunities at it.
And now for Laine, that means 9 marker death, pretty much, on the 15s.
Yeah, she's got to hammer away here. Unfortunately, it will not do. I was really hoping for a really good comeback here. I knew it was going to be a tough one to ask for. Once again, Krissi and Danny, just great stuff tonight.
I mean, honestly, it's a huge hats off to them, really, because I'm not going to take off my hat because I don't want to make a glare for everybody. But
yeah,
I mean, just a dominating performance. You can't see this, but they are right now hyping each other up on how good they've shot there. They're just talking it over here. Danny might only need 1 dart to get this done. This is for the match. For one of the most dominant performances we've seen in this WCS so far. And there it is. Danny Baggish and Krissi Grimal. We are not worthy. We're not worthy. We're scum. We suck.
Another good one. Another good one. And that's going to push Laine to the loser's side, but she can still make that comeback and make her way back
100%.
into the finals here. But that pushes Krissi into the king or the queen seat match, I should say, here our WCS action. Man,
Yeah, and that puts her in a position to where they're one step closer to. Well, they are guaranteed at least, at most, or at less. Let's do stake 2. They are guaranteed at least $800 for that third place finish by making that queen seat match. So for Laine and Leonard, they move on. They'll be moving on to the 5th, 6th place spot there. They're either going to take on the winner of Cheyenne and Cheyenne Richards. They're going to take on Cheyenne Richards, which would be a Texas on Texas battle, or it's Kelly Sipe and Meredith McGee, the winner of that one, which I believe is still going on currently. Correct?
I'm not sure actually. We'll have to find that one out in the chat. Yes, it is correct.
Currently 5-4 was my last update from Austin Braswell on that one.
There we go. Well, speaking of mistakes, how many mistakes did you have on the movie?
What do you mean? Like how many takes?
Yeah, how many takes did you do?
Oh, dude. It got better. Like as the
it got better, but you had 3 hours worth of takes.
Well, it was. Listen, I'm in this movie a lot. Okay.
Hire
I'm kidding. I'm not. But listen, they could have, but they didn't. They hired me. I'd say it probably took 5 to 6 takes in the first.
Goodness.
In the opening segment, and then but by the last one, it was 2 takes each, and that was just to get some little things kind of wrapped up.
There you go. Well, you only get 1 take here, sir. And you butchered it. So.
Always.
Congratulations. Folks, we'll have another round coming at you next week as we get Caitlin Myers taking on Olivia Terry for other half of the top 4 on the women's side here. So, or the winner's side, women's side. There we go. That was good. We'll see you next time, folks.
Hey,
take care.
No. The loser side is now called the men's side, and the winner side is now called the women's side. That's easy. We're good with that.
Roll with it.
Yep.
Thanks for watching, folks. We appreciate it. William Stewart, Sean Green, Nick Teixeira. Take care. We'll see you next week.
Have a great night, guys.